Hi everyone, welcome again to healnlearn.com. My name is Zarina, and today we're going to be talking about things that impede us to achieve what we want to achieve in life, things that impede us to achieve success in love, success in business, and these are our limiting beliefs. So first I'm going to be talking about how limiting beliefs are formed and give you some advice if you're a parent. And then we're going to be talking about ways to eliminate those limiting beliefs and set ourselves on the path of success in this life. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do and stay tuned. So let's start by first defining limiting beliefs. It's actually quite difficult to define them because if you think about your own case and about your own life, you know what the limiting beliefs are in your family. For some it could, or for yourself actually. For some it could be fear of taking risk, for some it could be fear of socializing, for others it could be a worry about money and that money is never enough. It is really different for everyone. It's very dangerous though when limiting beliefs are unconscious, when you don't know you actually have them. So that's why it's very important to analyze yourself and spot those limiting beliefs and take them out and throw them away. So you can achieve whatever you want in your life, otherwise you always live a life in limitation. So this weekend I had a talk with my partner, the father of my child, about how we bring him up. I have a almost 2-year-old toddler, and my partner is very protective of him. It's a boy, so he always takes care that the boy doesn't fall, that he doesn't hit himself, but often it is so restricting that he doesn't really allow him to explore. The balance between taking risk and allowing is very fine. Of course, your highest priority is that the child is safe. There's no doubt about it. But on the other hand, if you never allow them to try and to learn, they will never learn. You know, they need to be allowed to take measured risk. I remember when I was a child, my mom used to write stories of what I used to say and do, and then read them at the dinner table for my family, and we would all laugh. And she still does it to this day, only now we all know the stories by heart, so nobody really laughs as much. But one of the stories was that when I was 2 or 3 years old, I would put on my mom's high heels and I would walk around the corridor and, you know, look at myself in the mirror. And she would always say, yeah, exactly like this, you're gonna fall. And maybe something even more horrid than this, like you're going to break a leg or whatever. And to this I responded, well, I can't. So to me the possibility of falling was actually the challenge. I couldn't fall because I believed so much that I could walk in high heels. And two things came out as a conclusion from me reminiscing of this story. One of the things is that children naturally believe in their ability to succeed. And the second thing is that we are all brought up, most of us are brought up looking at the negative outcome or looking at the negative possibility. And we all have thousands of possibilities, billions of possibilities in our lives. Maybe one road, one final destination point, but the possibilities of the road are multiple. So whether we take the possibility of a negative outcome, such as our parents could have installed in us, or whether we actually take the possibility of a positive outcome, which is natural for us, it's not really. It's a matter of choice to change when you're grown up. Because when you're a child, you can't really choose. You know, if you're bombarded with warnings all the time, you can't choose your brain. You're programmed. But once you realize that you've been brought up in a certain way, you can definitely remove those blockages, because these are energetic blockages. Wherever you direct your attention to, your mind to, this is where your energy is also focused. And the focus of energy creates our reality. It is the possibility that we choose. So if you were told you're going to hit yourself, don't try new things, and so on, you're going to hurt yourself, in your childhood, you definitely can remove those this image of a possibility. So if you have a child and if you observe well what you're saying to your child when you warn them for a certain thing, you know how you were brought up, because it's very likely that you repeat the warnings in exactly the same manner as your parents were warning you. So observe yourself well, and by observing what you say to your children, you would also notice what your limiting beliefs are. Because if you're afraid that the child will fall or will hurt themselves, you would usually know that you're not so prone to risk-taking. Or if you're thinking of the most pessimistic outcome for your child, you know that this is how you were brought up. And then again, from the perspective of a parent, now you can understand better the intentions of your parents. You know they meant well. Well, in some cases, maybe they didn't, in very rare cases. And in those cases, you shouldn't try to understand their motivations, because as Christy Sheldon says, and Christy Sheldon is an energy healer, and she says, understanding something is trying to go under it. If you go under it, you cannot solve it. But what you should do is try to overcome it, because overcoming it is already going above it. In the continuation of this video, we will talk about certain solutions of getting rid of your limiting beliefs. So stay tuned for part 2, and please subscribe.